Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Darren, McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. Make sure you subscribe to the Big D Energy Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you get your podcast at. We would appreciate it. And tap into the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Get your thoughts out there as well. I did want to touch on this just real quick. Keenan Allen had a social media post where he posed with Amon-Ra St. Brown and Marvin Jones. They were at the Lakers game, right? Mm-hmm. Sam, not pictured Sam Flannel. He was just to the left.
He took the picture.
Yeah, he was just to the left of the Lions receivers there. But he was out there as well. NFL Rumors tweeted out. They said several Detroit Lions players have begun recruiting Los Angeles Chargers' Keenan Allen. Speculation the team might be looking to move the Pro Bowler next offseason due to a contract issue, an extension that might be needed. The team drafted wide receiver in the first round, so that is interesting to note as well. Do we do this too much, D-Mac? Because I feel as though like people run to that, right? And they get fired up, and social media gets set on fire because Keenan Allen's at a Lakers game with a couple of Lions dudes in their offseason, just doing the stuff. You know, if it were me, and I were a professional athlete, and in the offseason, I would pop up and say, hey, I want to go to the Lakers-Warriors tonight. I'll fly out there. I'll go to the game. I'll hang out. And I asked you the question during the break, D-Mac. I said, when you were playing, you hung out with dudes from other teams, but there was no social media like this. What picture would you have gotten that would have set everything on fire?
There's pictures at events and tournaments and stuff when you're doing stuff, and we did stuff like that, and you're not ashamed to do that. What it does in today's day and age is opens up speculation to any conversation, to what it was, to the fact.
Why do we love that so much? Is it like our voyeuristic society that we are now?
What it is. Everybody wans to know everybody else's business, and you know, what does this mean? What does this mean? This means Keenan Allen had the hookup, right?
Yeah.
And then they're boys, and you know, maybe all the rest of it's true, but you look, I think, society. Excuse me. We try to put the pieces together and say, oh, this means this. This means this. Did it not just say next year? Like, gosh, get through another year, plus injuries and stuff like that. Would I like Keenan Allen on my team? Would he be an asset? Absolutely, if he's healthy. But, I mean, like, come on. That's just garbage speculation because of the pitcher. The fact what I like, right? So what I speculate on that is why are they out there? Because they're probably working out together as receivers. And I like the fact that two of my receivers, and Marvin Jones and Amon-Ra St. Brown, are working out together, getting in, you know, continuity and stuff like this back. So that's what I look at it. You don't read too much into it.
WoodwardSports.com chat where people want to know, Flannel, was it you that took the picture?
I mean, I wish I could have been there, but unfortunately I was not. It would have taken a lot for me to fly from LA and then do the show the next day. I don't have that kind of hookup. I was not there, but hey, if anybody wants to maybe charter me a flight or something to get out there, I will be happy to do so. But hopefully it won't get to a Game 6. They'll close it out tonight.
My question to you, Neal, with the salary cap and everything like that, would Keenan Allen fit? Would he work?
Yeah, I mean, well, if you're talking about next season, everything's on the table for the Lions next season. They can do whatever they want.
So maybe that's just the outside nugget to put in the back of your brain, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe if you got the truth serum out, maybe that's exactly what they're talking about next year.
Let's Go Red Wings Sparty says, hey, if Amon-Ra's working out with Keenan Allen, I like that. And there is, you know, there is a lot of discussion, and I saw Spemo Rax put it on the Woodward Sports chat poll. Would you like to see Keenan Allen in Detroit? And there was a lot of dissent. There was a lot of Keenan Allen dissent.
I'm surprised.
The availability, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's it all comes back to that. You know, you were spurned by Keenan Allen in your fantasy efforts last year.
Yep.
How were you? How'd that taste, Spenmo?
Yeah, it didn't taste good. Did not taste good, that's for sure.
Someone else wanted to know, D-Mac, who did you hang out with in the offseason from Toronto during your playing days?
Who did I hang out with from Toronto? I don't think I really hung out with anybody from Toronto.
See, I like it. But give me an example, though, D-Mac. Like at a Vegas fight. You're a big fan of the fight game.
Yeah.
Who would you hang out with?
You'd see down there. Like, you'd see, like, the best part was, like, you know, you go to the NHL alumni and all the guys would be there. And, you'd be golfing and you'd be hanging out and you'd, go to dinner and go to the bars and stuff like that. And all the other tough guys, like, guys like Donald Brashear and, the late Wade Belak runs the mind. It's funny because, and just looking back on it years previous, so my first, few years. I remember we were out in Banff, and I think it was like after the first year, '94. But I ended up hanging out with a lot of the Calgary guys, and then 10 years later, end up going to Calgary. It just sort of seems that it is, but yeah, because in hockey too, 99% of the time is throughout the season. You run into guys and you have respect, or you played them in junior and stuff like this. So you'd be more surprised than not. Like, all the tough guys are usually buddies.
I've said this to you a million times.
Punch me in the face, buy me beer. That's pretty much it. Hey, you got me good tonight. I'll get you good next time.
Like, listen, just how dismissive he is about that. Like, they knock each other's teeth out of their mouth. And they're like, it had to be done.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's a man's game.
Your existence is crazy to me.
It's a job. You're just built that way.
It is. It's absolutely crazy to me, man. Your existence. By the way, Keenan Allen has an out after this year.
There's talks of them cutting him too.
Yeah. I mean, I can see why. He's a $35 million cap hit next year.
Oh. Well,
He's
definitely not going to play for that.
With 11.6 in dead cap. So they would save about $23 million on cap space. He's gone.
Oh, for sure.
He is gone.
Yeah, they're talking about cutting
That's
him
a good
this year,
example,
though.
too. Mike G brings up, he said, D-Mac, did you go to Chelio's camp on the beach the offseason? Chelly's workout guy, TK, with all the hockey guys used to go through Malibu and stuff like this. So when I was out there in summer camp, I used to go work out with those guys.
Mm-hmm. So, it was something I was curious about, and I know that everyone just flips out about it. And again, we're a very voyeuristic society. We always like to know what other people are up to, and I never understood that. You big voyeur, Spenmo?
Eh.
Little bit?
Nah, not really. I just keep to myself. I worry about me. No, I don't really care. Like, you're gonna do whatever you're gonna do, and I'll figure it out.
Don't care.
I can only control what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna focus on that.
I know what Brandon Katz says.
Yes.
He don't care.
Yes. Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care. Still don't care.
Don't care.
D-Mac, could you ever handle a workout with Rod Brindamore?
No, that's like, well, yeah, because that's like drapes. So I could do that, but psychotic. Like, there's a difference. Like, Rod Brindamore and Chris Draper, they get sick if they don't work out. Darren McCarty gets sick when he does. So, you got to know your limitations.
I've never been
Never
on
seen
a
a
nude
barbell
cruise.
score a goal.
No.
I've never been on a nude cruise, Steve Wilds. I would go, though.
Cardio is just the biggest thing, right? That's number one. Cardio. Like, strength, it's changed, but, I mean, now more so into the core and everything else. So it's important, but you see a lot of, like, yoga's huge, Pilates is huge, all this core strength stuff, which is changed training. Instead of just hucking up weight like it used to be, right? Now you're working smarter, more resistance bands and all this stuff. So flexibility is important.
Yeah, so Keenan Allen ain't going anywhere this year, though. Sitting on, he's a $13 million cap hit, but he's a $24.5 million dead cap. So it's going to cost you $12 million more to get rid of him this year. So he ain't going anywhere this year. It will be next offseason where he is cut.
Is that something you put in your back burner? Like, as an idea, just like.
Well, that's why I brought it up, like, because we'll see this maybe as they get through the season. He could be like a trade deadline. What's a trade deadline? Like week 9-ish, something like that. He could be like a trade deadline. Maybe if they agree to eat some of the salary, maybe somebody. But you know what? No, they won't, because they're not taking on $35 million cap hit. So he ain't going anywhere.
Not a chance.
He's stuck. He is stuck with the Chargers. But again, tell me how the cap's not real. Chargers are living it right now with Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
Backload it up, everybody. Backload it up.
These backloaded deals are cool until they hit.
Until they're not.
Yeah.
But I was told, some other people at this network tell you, hey, the cap's
not today's price.
It is not today's price.
It's true.
Some other people at the network will tell you, hey, cap's not real.
Yeah. Well, they could, if he wasn't old, they could restructure that, right?
Well, because they already restructured once.
Oh, so you can't do it again?
Correct.
Oh. Damn. Can't just keep kicking the can down the road. You eventually got to pay it.
You eventually got to pay it.